Hello everyone, welcome to Ascendant Signs. So today I will be discussing about the retrograde motion of Jupiter, which is happening in the zodiac sign of Taurus. Jupiter turned retrograde on 9th of October 2024, and this retrograde motion of Jupiter will go on till 4th of February 2025. So basically it's a time span of around 118 days. And in this content I will be talking about its impact for all the 12 ascendant signs. Check it from the ascendant signs first, and then you can check it from your moon sign also, but first check it from your ascendant, from the first house. Whenever any transit or any change of motion happens with respect to Jupiter or Saturn, many more changes happens, because when we talk about the combined impact of Jupiter and Saturn, we talk about the double transit. And you all will be very surprised to understand that only because of this retrograde motion of Jupiter, due to the double transit of Jupiter and Saturn both, and now Saturn is also retrograde at this point of time, the signs, the zodiac signs, Aries, Libra, Leo, and Scorpio, these four zodiac signs are actually getting activated due to the double transit. Now, wheresoever this four zodiac sign lies in your horoscope, you will see some changes are coming. Now, what kind of changes? Due to the double transit, what happens? Realization of results comes. Now, suppose if you are running through the dasa of any planet posited in these signs, or the lord of these signs, then definitely the results will be more realized, more manifested in the physical realm in your life. But nevertheless, you will see some changes are coming, specifically during this retrograde period of Jupiter or Saturn. In this content, while I was discussing all the 12 ascendant signs, I was looking into the impact of the retrograde motion of Jupiter. I was also checking into these signs also through the houses. Specifically, I will be talking about the houses when I say regarding the ascendant signs. Like suppose Aries happens to be your fourth house, or Leo happens to be your eighth house, something like that. So, because of the activation of those houses, you will see it is not only about the sign of Taurus, it is retrograding in Taurus, definitely. You will see multiple houses, and the results all of a sudden are manifesting in your life. Now, is it good or bad? That will depend upon the promises present in your horoscope. I always say a retrograde planet is not always bad. I don't know how people interpret it, but retrograde planets are not bad. Sometimes any event which was not manifesting, or you are just keeping on trying on some kind of work but it was not accomplishing, all of a sudden the planet turned retrograde and you just got success in that work. So retrograde planet actually allows us to think out of box, okay, on certain matters. So I will say that depending upon the placement of the sign of Taurus in your chart, in which house it is, for certain ascendants, the transit of Jupiter in the retrograde motion is highly beneficial, because when you go through the ascendant wise prediction, you will see that for certain ascendants it is very beneficial. For certain ascendants, some critical situations are there which has to be taken into account. Proper guidance has to be looked upon, and then we must follow it. And interestingly, on certain ascendants, I also saw that something good is also there, and some difficulties are also there, some challenges are also there, but we have to balance it. If you just look onto one part of that prediction, then the other part may get suffered. One more thing which I actually emphasized in this reading is that whenever a planet turns retrograde, it actually activates its previous sign. That is what retrograde is all about. It is turning retrograde in Taurus, so it will activate the sign of Aries. Means it will give its result from Aries, as if Jupiter is sitting in Aries, is placed in Aries. Previous sign. Now, those who know this rule, for them it will be very easy to see their chart. For those who are new to this rule, for them I made it very easy in the prediction. While I was looking through the chart and I was predicting it, I made it very clear that it will give its result from the sign of Aries, as if it is placed in Aries. And one more thing, retrograde aspects means when it is placed in Aries, from Aries also we have to see its aspects. That is, 5th house from Aries is Leo, 7th house from Aries is Libra, 9th house from Aries is Sagittarius. So 5, 7, 9 aspects of Jupiter has to be taken into account. So we have to take the aspect from Taurus also, we have to take the aspects from Aries also. You see, so many houses are coming into activation, and out of that, Aries, Libra, Leo, Scorpio, these are the 4 signs which are getting activated due to double transit. So you can see many things are going to happen. And one more important thing, many people will say that at the mundane level many things are happening, like war like situations are happening every day, new news are coming every day. Something, means we just turn on the TV, turn on the news, and we get to see many things, and most of the news are not happy news. So here in this reading, I am not talking about that mundane part. I am talking about specifically regarding the ascendants in our day-to-day life for the mankind. Okay, so don't get confused with the Jataka Jyotish and the Medini Jyotish, that is the mundane astrology. Please don't get confused regarding that. Okay, so go through the ascendants first and then check from your moon sign also if you want to, but check from it from your ascendant also. And while you are going through this reading, go through your own horoscope also once if you want a better understanding, because you will see that upon which planet Jupiter is transiting. Or suppose if you have any planet posited in Aries also, so Jupiter will give its result over that planet also. Check it from that prospect also. One more thing I will say, Jupiter will be retrograding from Mrigasira nakshatra to Rohini nakshatra. Means in the due course of time, means on 4th of February when it turns direct, you will see that Jupiter is posited in Rohini. Now it is in Mrigasira, so it is going backwards. So the people who have any planet or moon sign, sun sign, or ascendant sign on Mrigasira or Rohini, for them also this uh, this retrogression becomes very important. So you can check it from that level also, because that planet will become very crucial. It will give you more better results, because Jupiter's transit over such a planet will normally expand its qualities. Okay, so check it in those different ways. I have described many things in the predictions, and you can expand it through your own horoscope also. Okay, and if you have really liked this content, then press the subscribe button, press the like button. You can share it to your near and dear ones, so that they can also come to know about this Jupiter retrograde motion in the sign of Taurus. And if you are new to this channel, then please I request you to press the subscribe button and also click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get to know instantly. One more thing, if you want a personalized consultation from me with regards to your own horoscope, then you can check the links down in the description section. You can also mail me through my email id, or you can connect with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. You will find all the details down in the description section. So come, let us check for all the 12 ascendant signs. For the Aries ascendant people, Jupiter is transiting in the sign of Taurus in your second house in the retrograde motion. First of all, it's important to understand that the sign of Aries is getting activated due to the double transit of Saturn and Jupiter. Now, since Jupiter is turning retrograde in the second house, so there can be some changes in value system, specifically at the intellectual level. So there can be some kind of conflicts with the family members, with their own ethics, and you may like to live your life or take decisions independently at your own wisdom and knowledge. Now, since it is retrograding in the second house, so there should not be any major financial decisions taken during this time period, until and unless it is really required. And on that matter, I will also say that sale or purchase of any kind of property should be postponed during this time because of two reasons. First of all, the money related matters, because Jupiter is retrograde in the second house of wealth, and very soon Mars will be debilitated in the fourth house, that is on 20th of October, very soon, few days from now. So sale or purchase of any kind of property, or suppose if you are thinking for this kind of work, then it should be done with much caution. Or suppose you are associated with that kind of work, then make sure that you are doing the work with too much caution. Since the first house is getting activated, that is the sign of Aries is getting activated, and Saturn is also retrograde during this particular time, and Jupiter is your ninth lord, it is the lord of your fortune, and since it is retrograde, so definitely it will give its result from the previous house, that is the first house. So your first house is getting activated, so this can actually signify success in work, business, whatever what you do. Or suppose if you are even starting any new kind of work, in that case also I will say success in work, business. There can be a great deal of self dependency, or you might get confidence at the self level that yes, I can do this work, or I am capable of doing it. Your intellectual abilities will be enhanced, your wisdom will be enhanced. Very quick success in any kind of tough work, or any kind of work which was not accomplished up till now, you will get quick success in that work. Now, since the sign of Aries is getting activated, just like that, the sign of Libra is also getting activated, which is your seventh house, due to the double transit of Jupiter and Saturn. So, your first house and seventh house is getting activated. So, this can also lead to arrival of marriage proposals. So suppose if you are of your marriageable age, or you are thinking for marriage, then this is also a time when you might get married, or you might get marriage proposals. Now, since the planet Jupiter will be directly impacting it, so it can actually lead to some good proposals. Jupiter will also impact your fifth house. So suppose if you are planning for child, or you are doing any family planning for the child birth, or you are expecting any birth of a child, in that case also this retrograde motion of Jupiter will be highly supportive. If you are doing any kind of work related to research or learning, higher learning, in that case also you will get success. Now, since Saturn is also retrograde at this moment of time, and it will be giving its result from your 10th house Capricorn, so I will say here that your 7th house and 10th house is getting activated. So public image will be enhanced. Name, fame, appreciation, specifically where you are dealing with public, you are dealing with masses. Or suppose you are working as a leader, you are working as an executive, and there are many people working under you, so you will be getting success in your projects. That will not only lead to your appreciation, but also the members who are working under you, they will get too much trust in you, and that will also lead to enhancement of your goodwill. Now, since Jupiter is retrograding in the second house, so I will also say one thing: no loans or debts to be taken during this particular time. If you are going through any kind of health issues, then I can see improvement in health. I can also see quick recovery. So that's it for the Aries ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Taurus ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograding on your first house. So there are certain matters of concerns which has to be taken care of. The first thing I will be talking about regarding is your health. Suppose if you are going through any kind of health issues, or you are recovering from any kind of illness or sickness, then I would say that during this period, the health issues all of a sudden can get prolonged. So there should be optimum amount of health discipline to be followed during this period. Day to day life discipline should be at the optimum level. Okay, it should be followed properly. There can be some change in belief system, because since Jupiter is retrograding on your first house, so your way of working, your way of dealing with people, or your belief system, all of a sudden there can be some kind of changes within you. This can lead to non cooperation and distrust among the people with whom you are working. All of a sudden they may find very difficult to adjust with you, or with your ethics, or with your belief system, which can actually lead to some kind of non cooperation between you and between them. Specifically, suppose you are working in a team, and I'm talking about it because Jupiter happens to be your 11th lord. It is the lord of your 11th house, your network circle, your social circle. Okay. And since Jupiter is retrograde in the first house, so it will be looking on to your seventh house, that is your public image. Your seventh house is also public image. Okay. So this can actually affect your name and recognition. Jupiter is significator of second house, wealth, and it is retrograde in the first house. So Jupiter will be giving its results from 12th house also. So during this period, finance will be a concern. There can be increase in expenditure, specifically in health matters, or it can be all of a sudden some expenditures can come up. So budget management, financial management should be a priority. There can be misunderstandings in relationships, be it personal, be it professional. Misunderstanding in relationships will all of a sudden will come up. So you have to deal with it at the intellectual level. You have to deal with it with your wisdom and knowledge. Make sure that your opinions should not hurt your partner. As I said before also, that change in belief system can be seen. So your changes of your decision should not impact your partner in a negative way, or else there can be more conflicts. There can also be some involvement of some third person, which can actually impact your relationship, be it at the personal level or the professional level also. Suppose you are in some kind of partnership at the professional level, at your work level or business level, so involvement of a third party, or any third person, can also lead to some kind of conflict between you and your partner. I'm talking about personal and professional level both. Now, suppose you are thinking to start a new work, or any new kind of branch, or you are dealing with any new kind of clients or new people who are established in some far away place, then this is the time where you can actually start that work, because Jupiter will be giving its result from the 12th house. So it will expand the significance of 12th house. So suppose if you are thinking to start a new work, or new business, or expand your work at some new place, at some faraway place, then this is the time where you can actually connect with people or clients in some faraway place, or even in the foreign place also. Okay, or suppose you are thinking to travel to some faraway place or foreign or abroad and build up your clients, then this is a very good time. Now, any kind of work or business which is dealing with export or import of any kind of goods or items, in that case also, this transit of Jupiter in the retrograde motion is very good. Specifically, the people who are dealing with multinational companies, or you are, like, suppose you are working in a multinational company, but your clients are settled far away, your clients are settled in some different country. In that case also, this transit of Jupiter will give you not only good recognition but also good social communications with them. So this can also lead to appreciation at your work, in this kind of work only, where you are associated with some foreign clients or faraway clients. This retrograde motion of Jupiter will also bring out some positive spiritual level of happiness or spiritual peace within you. All of a sudden, you will try to feel that solitude, or you will love the isolation, because Jupiter will be giving its results from the 12th house. So, suppose you are working at your solo level or at your self level, like suppose you are the only person who are working on any kind of work, or where you need some personal time, then this transit of Jupiter in its retrograde motion is very good for you. Or suppose you are a person who is very creative and you need that imaginative freedom, that imaginative brilliance, then this transit of Jupiter in the retrograde motion is going to give you too much success. Now, suppose if you are associated with any kind of research work, in that case I will say that the work might be slow, but overall the work will be good. It might get a bit delayed, but all of a sudden you will see that yes, whatever you are doing good, you are doing better than before. Now, in the normal work or normal business, since Jupiter happens to be your 11th lord of gains, incoming of wealth, and it will be giving its result from the 12th house also. So, in normal work and business, I can see that there has to be some extra effort in order to increase the sources of income. Okay, you have to put some extra hard work. There can also be a situation where you may feel that you are giving your effort, you are putting your intelligence, you are putting your wisdom, but the things are not going as you expect it to be. But that is what it is, that you have to put some extra hard work. Maybe slowly and gradually things will turn on and it will give you good results with the passage of time. Okay, so that's it for the Taurus ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Gemini ascendant people, Jupiter will be retrograde in your 12th house in the sign of Taurus. Now, since Jupiter is retrograde in the 12th house, so it will be giving its results from the 11th house also, that is the previous house. So, which is actually good. I would say that it will enhance your social networks. All of a sudden, you will find a good zeal, more enthusiasm, so more energy. You will find that your works are getting accomplished. The dynamics of your life will be changed in a more positive manner. All of a sudden you will feel that okay, I can mix with people, I can improve my social networks, I can improve my social visibility. So this will not only be good for your work and business, you will see that your clients are increasing. You are able to accomplish your projects with more intelligence and wisdom, means less word and more work. All of a sudden you will see that you will be able to explain the things more properly to your team members or the people with whom you are connecting in day to day life, which is actually good. Means it is just like coming out of cell, because previously what was happening, Jupiter is transiting in your 12th house, so what is happening, it is actually taking you more inwards, but now it is allowing you to coming out of that cell, so which is actually good. So this can also lead to improved income and money source. Start of any kind of new work or business, where you are thinking that okay, I want to start about it, or I can think about it, then this is a very good time to start a new work or business. Now, Jupiter happens to be your 7th lord and your 10th lord, and Jupiter will be giving its result from the 11th house, so it will also aspect the 7th house that is the retrograde aspect I'm talking about. So, this can also lead to like support from partner, specifically at the personal level I'm talking about here. So you will see at the personal level there will be more improvised form of happiness, peace, like more zeal in life, positive zeal in life, specifically at the personal level, that is at the family level. At the professional level also you will see that your partners are listening to you, they are giving extra importance to your opinions, so there will be improved trust, proper management at your work. Okay, so these are actually good things. So this is actually the medium for happy life. Now since it is activating the 11th house, so I can also expect some good news in the personal life. At the professional life there can be some happy news, some appreciations can be there on your way. Now jupiter is Jupiter will be aspecting your 7th house and 5th house by the retrograde aspect. So this can also lead to marriage proposals, or suppose if you are in your married life or in your relationship, that will be improved. Cordial mutual respect will improve, or there can be marriage proposals also for the people who are expecting to get married. Now since it is also activating the 5th house, so family planning, childbirth, or suppose if you are expecting a child or you are thinking for family planning, for that also I would say that it's a very good time. This retrogression of Jupiter is a very good time for that. Jupiter will be activating your 3rd house also and your 11th house, so this is a time for better communication, good friendships, or suppose if you are thinking to improve your social network, social circle, or you are associated with any kind of work where you need to deal with multiple people, specifically at the age of social networking, this retrogression of Jupiter is going to give you very good results, mark my words. So suppose if you are expecting any kind of help or support from your friends, you will be able to get it very easily. You will be able to convince the people very easily. So specifically the people who are associated even with teaching, social communications, or even suppose someone working as a marketing staff or sales management, even for them also it is going to be very good results, although Jupiter does not deal with this kind of work. But still I would say, since it is activating the 3rd house and 11th house, so even the people who are associated with marketing or sales, even for them it's a very good time. Suppose if you are an orator, you are a person who is a consultant, or you give advice to people, or people listen to you, so you will be able to give proper advice, you will be able to convince people on certain matters. Now since 3rd house is younger siblings, 11th house is elder siblings, so you will see that you will be able to have a cordial relationship with your siblings, with your cousins, which is a good thing. So overall I would say that this is a time for like good family outing and family life. Okay, so there can be some short travels also. Okay, improved creativity can be seen during this period because 5th house is getting activated by Jupiter's retrogression. So suppose if you are associated with any kind of work where you are able to express yourself creatively, or you are working in any kind of field where you need to put your imagination and creativity at the same time, then this is a wonderful time I will say. So overall happiness and prosperity can be seen during this particular period. Now definitely it will depend upon your dasa also, but the transits are supporting on this kind of patterns, so make the most out of it. That's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Jupiter is turning retrograde in your 11th house. So basically, Jupiter's transit in the retrograde motion is activating your 10th house. So this will be a time where you have to focus more on your work, your career, your job or your business, whatever you are doing, there can be a time where you have to put a lot of hard work. So I would say that since it is the planet Jupiter under the concern, so steady hard work will give you name, fame, appreciation in the upcoming months. You will see that you will be having a very good understanding with your authorities, with your superiors, so you can also get a lot of help from them. But again, at the same time, since Jupiter is your sixth lord, so you can also fall into some kind of difficulties related to manipulation by your colleagues or some kind of office politics. So you need to be cautious regarding that. Since Jupiter will be activating your 10th house, so in upcoming months there can be some stability at your work. But again, at the same time, since it is retrograde, so if you are planning to change your work, or suppose if you are planning for some kind of transfer or change of place, then regarding that also you can put up your request to your authorities, to your superiors, or even if you're trying to apply for new jobs, so you can also go for interviews or try for those kind of opportunities during this particular time. It is a very apt time for those kind of work. Suppose if you are associated with any kind of education or educational fields or learning or studies, for that I would say that there can be some travels related to your education. So, suppose if you are planning to move to some far away place or city or even far away foreign country for some kind of education, in that case also you might get some success. But yes, it would be requiring some kind of discipline and hard work. It may happen that it may take some time to get the actual work done. Now, Jupiter will also activate your homely matters, your domestic affairs. So I can see that at the domestic level there will be overall happiness, prosperity. Even if you are thinking to make any kind of construction work or renovation work, or planning to decorate your home, or anything related to your home, any kind of work which is pending, those kind of works can be completed during this particular time. I can also see that this is the time when you need to focus specifically regarding the health of your parents. Since it is the planet Jupiter under the concern, and Jupiter is also your ninth lord, so your dharma, divinity, is ruled by Jupiter in your chart. So if you are very much committed and very sincere towards the devotion towards your parents, then this is a time when you, if you are taking care of your elders, of your parents, then it is a very good time. You will be receiving the blessings of Jupiter, of your parents, and it will actually enhance your life. Now, Jupiter's this retrograde motion will also resolve any kind of family disputes. It will resolve any kind of conflicts between you and your family members or any kind of elders. Okay, so I can see at the family level also things will be very normal, very happy. So even if you are thinking to bring up some like important objects or items, you want to purchase it, or you want to decorate your home, or you want to have some something which is very precious and want to establish at your home, in that case also you can be doing all those things. And I can also see some stability at the financial level. So there will be some expenditures, but overall, if I see, I can see some stability at the financial level, because I can see that you will be getting help from your family members with regards to your job, with regards to your business. I can also see that you will get some good advices from your father or your guru or your mentor. So suppose during this particular time you get any kind of advice from them, don't ignore it. That can be a very life changing advice for you with regards to your success, with regards to your prosperity. Now, Jupiter is retrograding in your 11th house. So that means all of a sudden you will feel that you have to do the work or any kind of project you are associated with, even in your business also. suppose you are doing any kind of work, you will see that all the responsibilities are coming on your shoulder all of a sudden, and it may also happen that you might not get enough cooperation from your fellow members. Means they will be supporting you, but not at that much high level which you are expecting. So this is a time when where you can implement some rules and regulations and orders, because you will be doing most of the work. So it will be a time to take command, take charge of your business, take charge of your work. Initially, it may be very cumbersome. Initially, you may feel that how will I take the responsibility? But don't forget, as I said before, that Jupiter will be activating your 10th house. So this is a time to take charge of your work, because in the upcoming months, the same Jupiter will give you stability, name, fame, and appreciation from your work, from your business. It may also happen that any kind of tough work which was not possible to be done by anyone else, you are able to complete it. And all of a sudden, people will recognize your wisdom, your intellect, and they will also support you, because this will bring morality, good ethics in your work. So, initially, there can be some conflict between peoples, but later on, the same people will actually appreciate your work. Two things more I will talk about is that during this particular time, take care regarding the health of your children. It can also happen that on certain issues, on certain matters, they may not listen to you, or they may not follow your orders. At times you may feel that they are turning very insincere, so you have to manage those things very cordially. Okay. Now, two reasons for that. First reason is that Jupiter is retrograding in the 11th house, so that retrograde effect will impact the 5th house also, just opposite to it. 5th house is children, and your 5th lord is Mars. Very soon, Mars will get debilitated in your first house. So these are the two reasons why I say regarding the children. So on that regard, I will also talk about the management part, because when you talk about management, that actually comes from the 5th house. So these are the things which has to be taken much care. Second thing which I will be talking about is that relationship and marriage, or it can be any kind of partnership, means personal or professional. Jupiter is retrograding in the 11th house, and it is aspecting your 7th house. So that retrograde energy will impact your 7th house of partnership, relationship, bonding, the ability to bind with other people. Means here I am not necessarily talking about husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. I am talking about the ability to bind with other people. All of a sudden you may find that there is a sense of non-cooperation between you and your partner, or it may happen that the amount of help or support which normally you deserve or you expect from them, you are not getting it. Or it may also happen that since you are very busy at work, so you are not able to provide enough time, enough space for them. So you have to work on your intellect, your wisdom, and look into these matters, because definitely if you are working alone, and that is the reason I said that all of a sudden you will see that you're at your work, you are not getting support from your fellow partner, your team members. All the work has to be done by you. So this is a time when responsibilities will come, because responsibility comes from the 10th house. 10th house is getting activated, but 10th house is also fame. So if you are able to follow it, it can lead to long lasting appreciation. It will actually build your trust among the other peoples. So it is a very good time, initially starting with some challenges, but if you are able to follow it properly, then it can actually give you very everlasting good results for you. Okay, now definitely it will depend upon the dasa and the promises of the horoscope, but this is what the transit says. So that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Leo ascendant people, Jupiter is turning retrograde in your 10th house. This retrograde motion of Jupiter will bring ups and downs at your work level, in your job or in your business. On certain matters, you will see that something which was going steadily, something which was having some kind of stability, all of a sudden the things are not going as per your expectation. Or it may also happen that you may get some different kind of ideas or some different kinds of notion from your superiors or authorities, that maybe their ideologies are different from yours, so there can be some intellectual conflict between you and your superiors. So suppose if you are thinking or you are planning for any kind of job change or any kind of transfer, then this is a time when you will be able to get some opportunities related to it. Now, again, at the same time, any kind of work which was designated to you or your team members, so suppose it is a very different kind of work, some kind of innovative work, so you will be able to accomplish it where anyone else was not able to complete it. So this can lead to some kind of appreciation at your work level, at your profession, that something was done by you which was very innovative, which was very out of box related to your work and intelligence. Now, since Jupiter is retrograding in the 10th house, so two more things which will be very much evident is that at your domestic level, at your home, there will be certain matters which will all of a sudden come in front of you, and you have to take care regarding that. That can be related to peace, happiness, or any kind of stability related to the overall happiness of home. So there can be some unrest, there can be some conflicts. All of a sudden you have to maintain it, take care of it through your intelligence, through your wisdom. Now, why I say it, because your fourth lord Mars will turn debilitated very soon. And since retrograde Jupiter will be aspecting your fourth house of home, happiness, so all these matters will be very much evident during this particular time. So on that regard, I will also add that you have to be very careful regarding the health of your mother. Suppose if she is going through any kind of health issues, then make sure that you take extra care regarding her health. Okay. At your family level also, at your financial aspect of your life also, I will say that there can be some kind of conflicts, there can be some mismatch of opinions between you and your elders, or even family members also. Okay, so you have to manage it very intellectually. And regarding the financial matter, I will say that during this particular time, don't take any major financial decisions related, means it can be anything related to investment or related to anything, sale or purchase of any kind of property or something like that. Make sure that you deal with it very cautiously, very intellectually, and don't make any hasteful decision regarding that. Now, due to the double transit of Jupiter and Saturn, and Jupiter and Saturn both are retrograde right now, so your ninth house of fortune and prosperity will get activated. So this is also a time when you might get some opportunity, some different kind of opportunity at your work or your business all of a sudden. It can be multiple opportunities also. So if you are planning for any kind of change, or if you are planning for any kind of transfer or movement from one city to another city, or if you are also planning for any kind of relocation, then this is a time when you will be able to do it, you will be able to pursue it. At the education level also, intellectual level also, suppose if you are a student or you are associated with any kind of work related to education or educational fraternity, in that case also I can see that this retrogression of Jupiter will help you regarding your studies, regarding the understanding between you and your father, your guru, your mentor. There can be religious discourses during this particular time. You will be able to move to places to actually explore the religious culture, rituals. So at your personal life also, suppose if you are planning or if you are thinking to continue some rituals, customs, specifically the study of ancient scriptures, in that case, this is a time which will be highly beneficial for you. Or at the research level also, like suppose someone is pursuing PhD, so I would say that this is a time when you will be able to go through it, pursue it very proficiently. You will be also getting lot of help from your mentors. You will be also getting lot of help from your fellow teachers, fellow personals. Okay, your communication skill will improve. Or suppose you are associated with any kind of work where you need to interact with multiple people, you will see that your creativity is helping you. All of a sudden your luck is supporting you. So this is a time where any kind of work where you are the whole and soul of that work, or you are self employed, or you are just implying your creativity. So in all those kind of work you will get success. Suppose you are working under someone else, there you might get some kind of difficulty in order to maintain a proper cordial bonding between you and your superiors. But if you are the person where you are actually managing your whole work, then this is a time where you can actually make some kind of difference in your life with regards to your work, because your communication skill will increase. So you will be able to connect with multiple people through your creativity, through your intellect and wisdom. This is also a time when you need to be a bit more cautious regarding the health of your father also, because Jupiter happens to be your eighth lord, and by its retrograde motion, Jupiter will give it results from the ninth house also. So in that case, you need to be very careful regarding the health of your father also. And I can also see that some sudden long distance travel are seen during this period. And suppose if you are associated with any kind of work related to education, then there will be multiple journeys, and all those journeys will bring out success for you. Okay, so make the most out of it on this all regards. And I will also say that this is also a time you will also be very happy regarding your children. There can be some good news related to your children. They will be very sincere, they will be very much committed towards you. And you will also see that something good related to the bonding between you and your children will improve. Okay, your day to day management will improve. So your life will be filled with joy and pleasure with regards to the personal life is concerned. Okay, so this is also a time when you might also get some love and relationship proposals also during this particular time period of retrogression of Jupiter. So make the most out of it. That's it for the Leo ascendant people. For the Virgo ascendant people, Jupiter is turning retrograde in your ninth house. So this will be a time where there can be some change in your belief system, specifically with regards to the higher spiritual knowledge. Something changes, some changes at the ethical level also. So on certain matters, there will be your decision making will change, or your belief system will change. So on certain matters, there can be some mismatch of opinions, specifically yours and your partners, because here Jupiter is your seventh lord in your charts. Now seventh house is partner, so there can be some intellectual mode of differences or conflict. So that can actually create some kind of differences at the relationship level, at the understanding level. So some ups and downs can be seen during this particular phase of retrogression of Jupiter, because on certain matters you will feel that your expectations are not met in day to day life, with regards to how you are dealing with other people or how you are binding with other people. And in any kind of day to day work also, you will see that you have to put a lot of hard work. Means on certain matters you will feel that the luck is not supporting. So this is the time where you need to completely follow your dharma, your righteousness towards your work, because this retrogression of Jupiter will actually bring some kind of challenges in front of you, some kind of dilemmas in front of you, and you have to choose the right path. There will be some shortcuts, there will be some mode where you can actually take up a decision which can be a shortcut, but that can lead to some kind of difficulties in future, that can actually create problems in relationships, in your happiness index, at the mental peace level. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now, since Jupiter will be activating your 8th house, and it will be also giving its result from the 8th house, the previous house, because of its retrogression. So, few things which needs to be taken care of is that first thing is the relationship and the partnership, at the professional level also, at the personal level also. So let me talk about the personal level first. How you are binding with your partner, or how you are binding with the people, the near and dear ones. In that case also, I will say that this is the time there can be some mismatch of opinions, there can be some conflict or differences of opinion. So on certain matters you may also feel that you are not getting support from your partner, or his or her uh, thought process is different, or he or she might behave in some different way. So that can create some kind of distrust or even non cooperation between you and that partner. Okay, at the professional level, I will say this can actually lead to problems related to your work, related to your business, related to collaboration. So this is also a time when you need to be very careful regarding when you are teaming up, or you are having making a new team for a project, or you are making a new kind of collaboration for your work, for your any kind of product or any kind of business work. So this is the time you need to be very careful, specifically you are dealing with any kind of joint assets, or you are dealing with any kind of work where you need to trust the other person. So this is the time when there can be some kind of conflict related to your trust, related to your intellectual abilities. Okay, and you need to follow the proper righteousness and dharma during this particular time, because otherwise later on when Jupiter turns direct, you might face some kind of problems then. Another thing is that Jupiter's retrogression will also impact your family matters, your domestic matters, because it will also impact your fourth house and your second house also. Now, regarding that, I will say that on certain matters you may feel that the mental peace is not up to the mark, or on certain matters you may also feel that all of a sudden some things are happening which is out of your control. So this is the time you have to be very careful regarding your priorities. Focus on your priorities, focus on the work which is essential for you to do. Otherwise so many things will be going on that it will be very difficult for you to manage that which thing is to done first. Okay, so these are the things you need to be very careful, because retrogression of Jupiter, this retrograde Jupiter is aspecting your fifth house. Now fifth house is management, fifth house is also your motivation. Okay, now if you are not motivated properly, or if you are not managing your day-to-day life properly, then it will actually impact your discipline. And if the discipline and the sincerity is impacted, then definitely the mental peace will go haywire. Okay, so these are the things you need to be very careful. Another thing is that try to avoid any kind of unnecessary expenditures, or any kind of financial decisions which are not meant to be done. So out of impulsion, or out of like let me do it, please don't do it. Or suppose you are thinking that let me purchase this vehicle, or let me invest in this property, or this let me sell it, or let me purchase it, don't do it, don't do it. Because this is a time where I can see that some decisions can be taken which are not meant to be taken. You might get into some kind of actions which are actually not meant to be done. So during this period try to avoid it. At the family level also, at the core family level also, try to respect the opinions of your elders, try to respect, have a cordial respect between bonding between you and your near and dear ones. Means don't try to put your belief system, don't try to put your ideology onto them, because there is a chance that on those matters there can be some mismatch of opinions, and some kind of conflicts can be there. Okay, so these are the matters where you need to be very careful. And since your 8th house is getting activated, so health has to be given topmost priority. I can say that one thing, focus on spiritual living, practice yoga, practice exercises, and practice some meditation that will give you more peace, that will give you a focus in actually deciding what is right and what is wrong. And try to spend some quality time with your partner, with your family members, and specifically with your mother, because fourth house is also coming into the focus. In that case, you will see that problems will be resolved easily, and it may take some time, but slowly and gradually the problems will be resolved. So that's it for the Virgo ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant people, Jupiter is turning retrograde in the 8th house. So this will be a time for all the Libra people to come out of cell, to actually come to the limelight, because it will be activating your 7th house. So this will also allow you to get some good recognition among the public. Specifically, if you're associated with any kind of work related to public speaking, communication, education, or suppose if you are a consultant or you are a manager leading a group of team members, in all those regards, this retrogression of Jupiter is going to give you very good results, because all of a sudden you will see that materialistically it is helping you a lot. You will be able to connect with your clients, you will be able to connect with multiple people. So this will not only allow more engagement at the social networking level, but also allow to improve your gains, your income, your um, enhancement of your status. So basically it is actually activating your Kama Trikon. Kama Trikon means third house, 7th house, and 11th house. So on that regard, I will also say that this will actually enhance the chances for getting some marriage proposals, specifically for those who are of marriageable age or planning for some kind of relationship or marriage. So you will get some marriage proposals, or you may also get into a relationship. At the professional level, this is also a good time for getting into some kind of good team or good collaboration. Or suppose if you are already in some kind of collaboration, in that case also it will improve the enhancement or good chances of improvement of your business, of your product. There is a good chance that you may actually move to some foreign place or to some abroad place, some chances of relocation. So at your work level, this transit, this retrogression of Jupiter is going to give you very good results. So when you are binding with new people, this Jupiter energy will actually help you out. Now Jupiter is your third lord and sixth lord. Now since it is activating your seventh house, because double transit is under the place, Saturn and Jupiter both are activating your seventh house. So with that regard, I will also say that suppose if you are already in any kind of relationship or you are in your married life, Jupiter's lordship of third house on sixth house will also create some kind of intellectual conflicts between you and your partner. On certain matters, there can be some changes in belief system or some kind of changes of ideology or thought process, which has to be resolved while you are having some kind of proper communication and proper conversation between you and your partner, which can be resolved in that way. Because you have to understand that Jupiter loses its directional strength in the seventh house and it is activating the seventh house. So on that regard, you have to be very careful. And since seventh house is a Maraka Sthan and Jupiter is the sixth lord, retrograding in the eighth house, so on certain matters, like suppose someone is going through some kind of health issues or someone is recovering from some kind of health issues, and in that regard I will say that you have to be very cautious regarding your health on that regard. Now since 8th house is a spiritual house, this will be a transition where you will actually come out of your that spiritual life towards the public life. So at the same time you will be performing to the both the things. You will be performing your spiritual activities also, and you will also engage in your day-to-day life where you need to deal with multiple people. So you will be like, it is a time where both the things will go on. So I can also see some short travels, I can also see some relocation, some movement to some faraway places, improvement in communication, improvement in bonding between your cousins and your siblings, be it younger, be it elder. You will get some support from your friends. This is also a time when you may also get support, a lot of support from opposite gender, because seventh house is getting activated. And Jupiter and Saturn both are activating your first house also. So this is a good time for those people specifically who are associated with any kind of self employment or anything, any kind of work which they do themselves. So in that regard they will get lot of success. Now regarding partnership, I will say one last thing is that since Mars will be debilitated very soon, and Mars is the seventh lord, so Jupiter's retrogression will be a blessing in disguise. Its retrograde impact on seventh house will be a blessing in disguise, because seventh lord Mars will be debilitated. So you will see some challenges are coming, but that challenges can be avoided or can be taken into account. Okay, I can manage it. Some challenges will be there, but those challenges can be ignored or can be managed. Okay, so this kind of things can be there. So make sure that you don't make any decisions regarding specifically with your partnership, with your partner, any, or suppose any conflict is there, or hastily you take any decision. Don't do that, because that can lead to some kind of consequences which later on you may feel that you shouldn't have done so. Otherwise I will say that overall this retrogression of Jupiter will be highly beneficial for the Libra ascendant people. You will also find some new way of finding some kind of good news, appreciation, or even improvement in income or multiple income source through your work, through your creativity. So this is a very good time for the Libra ascendant people. Make the most out of it. Okay, so that's it for the Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograding in your seventh house. This will be a very crucial time for all the Scorpio people, because seventh house is also the house of public image, the other people. So this phase, there can be certain events where you might feel that you are getting judged by other people, or your actions will be under the scrutiny, specifically with the people with whom you deal with in your daily life more. So suppose if you are in any kind of partnership or relationship, then this is the time when your actions will be a concern. There can be some conflicts, there can be some mismatch of opinions. I'm here talking about specifically the relationships or the partnerships where some problems are going on. So for them this will be a more crucial time, because this can escalate, the problems can escalate. So you have to be very intellectually sound. Your actions, your behavior, your conversations should be very wise, apt, and it should also respect the opinion of your partner. And this goes for both the people, because seventh house is also the partner, so it goes for your partner also. Since Jupiter is retrograde in the seventh house and it is aspecting the first house, so this is a time when your name, your fame, recognition will be under the scanner. So if you are up to the mark, this phase can actually bring good success for your life. But suppose if you are not up to the mark, or you are not following your duties, you are not following your responsibilities, then this can create real problems. Now this has nothing to do with partnership or relationship. This is for everyone, for all the Scorpio ascendant people. So your day-to-day discipline, your day-to-day punctuality and everything has to be managed. Because why I'm saying it, Saturn is transiting on your 4th house. Saturn is retrograde. Now Jupiter is turning retrograde. Okay. Saturn and Jupiter both are activating your first house, that is the Scorpio sign, due to the double transit. So your actions will have consequences. If you are following your duties, your responsibilities, nevertheless, howsoever the challenges are, if you are following your duties properly, then in the upcoming months you will see that you are going to get some rewards, appreciation, success. But if you are not doing it, or if you are thinking that since the situation is not under control, or if it is not under the way by which I expect it to be, and so you are not following it properly, then later on you might face some problems. It will actually directly impact your goodwill. It will impact your trustworthiness. So if you are following the duties properly, you will see that your goodwill has increased. People will have more trust on you, and this has something to do with the people with whom you deal with in daily life. In your partnership also, you will see that in next few months, if you are following your duties and responsibilities properly, your partner, him or her, they will have a proper trust on you, and things will be much better. You will see that during this particular time, all of a sudden, the hard work or the struggle in day-to-day life has increased. In whatever work you do, specifically the people who are associated with any kind of service or job, any kind of work related to service or job, for them the hard work or day-to-day challenges will increase. So this is a time to come out of your comfort zone. Now see, here also something is associated with punctuality and discipline. So suppose if you are thinking that, oh, it was so nice and everything was going so fine, then this is the time when you will see multiple works are coming on your way, and they will expect you to complete the work. Now since 6th house is also getting activated because of the retrogression of Jupiter, and 6th house is a Upachya Bhav. Now Upachya Bhav means which grows slowly, steadily. So if you are following your duties and responsibilities while making proper time management, why I take say time management here, because Jupiter is your 5th lord. If you are doing it properly, punctually, you will see that you are not only getting the appreciation, but also you will see that the hard work you are doing, it is getting well managed by you, well controlled by you. So yes, hard work will be there, and you have to manage it, because a time may come when you might not get any help from your fellow partner or the people with whom you are connecting. At your work also, you might not get enough support from your colleagues, so it will be like everything will depend upon you. You can use your intelligence, because Jupiter happens to be your 5th lord, but mostly you will see that it is more about management. Another thing is that someone who is going through any kind of health issue related to kidney or lower abdominal area of the body, or anything related to liver, for them also I will say that this is a time they should be very careful regarding their health. They should not take anything very lightly, because Jupiter's retrograde takes quite some month. It is not a very short period, so it will take you some quite some month and you have to be very careful regarding your health, regarding those parts of the body. Okay, specifically someone has any kind of issue related to like liver or diabetes. So for them it will be very essential to understand. And one more thing is that here I will also talk about the blood pressure, because Mars is your lagna lord, is your first lord, and Mars will also get debilitated very soon. So in that regard also I will say that you need to be very careful regarding your health. Some financial decisions, you will be forced to take some financial decisions, but I would say that if it is not necessary to take, then you can postpone it or you can delay it. This will be a time I will say that there can be some opportunity to get some loans, or to get some like you want to take some loan or debts, you might get some opportunity. So depending upon your dasa and depending upon your horoscope, that can be looked upon, but you will get some opportunity for that. At the family level, I can see some conflicts can be there. All of a sudden some responsibilities may come on your way. And regarding your children, I will say one thing is that you might get worried related to the behavior of your children, or you might get worried regarding them on their matter, on their financial matters. You might get worried. So these are the things which has to be taken care of for the Scorpio ascendant people. So make the most out of it. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Jupiter itself is the Lagna Lord, itself is the first Lord, and Jupiter is turning retrograde in the sixth house. Now, since Jupiter is transiting in the sixth house, so here health matter comes in the forefront. So, since it is retrograde, so I would say that someone who is having any kind of health issue related to abdomen, lower abdominal area, or liver or kidney, or someone is having any kind of issue related to diabetes, for them I would say this is a time they must be very careful. They should be very much focused towards their health. But since it is retrograde, so I will also say that if you are cautious enough, you are taking care of your health enough, then you would say all of a sudden you will see that some quick changes are coming, some quick positive changes are coming with regards to your health. Why? Because Jupiter will be giving its result from your fifth house, the previous sign, the previous house, and from the fifth house it will aspect your first house. So Jupiter's aspect on the first house, so although it is a retrograde aspect, but Jupiter's aspect on the first house is actually beneficial. So if you are taking care of your health regarding all those issues, if you are going through all those issues, then you will see that all of a sudden some quick positive results are seen, which is good actually. I will also say regarding the financial matters here, I can see that all of a sudden there can be growth of your social networking, help from your friends, help from your fellow members of your team members of your work. You might also get some help from the seniors and authorities at your work. At your business, suppose if you are working in some kind of work where like you have to work in a business among the team members with your partners, in that case also I will say that there is a good opportunity to improve or improvise your income source. So this is a time to actually manage your finances better than before. This will be a moment when you will see that less hard work and more smart work. So you have to use your intellect, you have to use your brain. Now, since Jupiter will be giving its result from the fifth house, so you will see that now it is not about ego, it is more about compassion, it is more about helping each other. So it is a very good time to express your creativity in front of the world. You will also get help from your parents, specifically from your mother. So this is a very good time to connect with your family members, with your household activities with your mother, and you will see that you will get very good advices from your mother. Regarding your children, I will say that you will have a very good bonding with your children. All of a sudden, you will see some good changes among them. They will be able to follow their life goal and aims, and this will also improvise your luck factor. Your luck will support you, your fortune will support you. So more you do the hard work, more you will see that things are getting done. So it is a time to get success. One more thing, since Jupiter is retrograding in the 6th house, so for the people who are expecting some job change, for the people who are expecting some transfer or relocation, for them it is a very good time. Or for the people who are self employed, or means they are self dependent on their work, they are the whole and soul, they are working independently, for them it is a very good time. Now suppose if you are not changing the work, you are at one particular work only, you are doing it, I can see that all of a sudden some changes of thought process or viewpoint of your superiors and authorities. It may happen that all of a sudden you might not get that much attention or appreciation from the superiors all of a sudden, because it may happen that they are interested in some other work, so they are not giving too much attention to you. This kind of change of approach can be seen at your work environment. Okay. One more thing is that Jupiter's impact on the second house of your finances. So in that regard, I will say that all of a sudden you will find yourself financially independent, or you will be wanting yourself to get financially independent. So suppose if you are trying to make some investment or try to make some financial decision for yourself or for your home, then it's a very good time. But suppose if you are making a financial decisions for some other people, then in that regard I will say you should postpone it. For other people you should be not be the responsible person, try to postpone it. But for yourself and for your own household matters, it is a very good time to take any good decision. That will really help you. It will also give you some good results with regards to managing your relationship or partnership, be it professional, be it personal. You will see some good responses from your partner. Your partner will be more supportive towards you. So in that regard I can see some good results. One more thing I will say here is that suppose if you are thinking to start any new work or any new business project or anything related to that, in that regard also I will say that you might get some good opportunities and success during this period. So that's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Jupiter is turning retrograde in your 5th house. This indicates change in thought process, change in choices. The any kind of event or any kind of work which you are expecting to accomplish, or anything which you are expecting to happen in normal order, there can be some unpredictable results. So this can also lead to thinking that whatever you are planning or whatever you are thinking that it can happen in this order, so the results can be different. There can be some sudden ups and downs. It means like you are expecting something, you are planning something, but it may not be in the order according to which you plan it. So this is a time where you need to do some extra hard work on how you plan the things. You have to be more disciplined, you have to be more punctual, because as I said that there can be some change in thought process. It means any kind of choices or anything which you like the most, or any kind of hobbies which you follow, in day-to-day life, you will see some changes are there. You are losing interest in it, or either you are feeling that something else has to be started. So any kind of work or anything which you liked in the past but it was not accomplished, all those kind of work might get accomplished now. You might get success in those things. So the regularity in which you are accommodated until now, in those regular works there can be either some delays or either it might get postponed. So expect the unexpected. This will be the main theme. Now, since I say that change in thought process, it might also indicate that there will be certain changes in your day-to-day activities also, and your daily decision making also. So this can also indicate that the people with whom you deal with in daily life, because why? Because Jupiter is your third lord. So it can be your friends, it can be your younger siblings or cousins, it can be neighborhood, it can be any people of your daily contact. So it might happen that while you deal with them, there can be some sudden changes either in their behavior, or it might happen that how you deal with them, there can be some changes in that. So there will be definitely some changes in decision making or your thought process towards them, or your day-to-day work life also, because Jupiter is aspecting your first house. And with that regard, I will also say that Jupiter's aspect on ninth house and Jupiter is retrograde, so it also means that in day-to-day work, in whatever way you are involving yourself, you might feel that you are not getting enough support from your luck, or it might happen that you do something and the result is something else. So at times you might get frustrated, but I would say that this is a time when you need to have more belief on yourself. You have to just keep on doing the hard work, you have to keep on doing the work. It's like it might get slow but it should not stop. So this also means that suppose if you are associated in any kind of love relationship or in any kind of romantic relationship, this is a time when you need to be very much focused in that, because there can be a situation where your partner might feel that your viewpoint has changed or your thought process has changed, your belief system is getting changed. So he or she might feel a bit more uncomfortable, or they might not be able to recognize you properly. So this is a very important time for you to maintain a proper wisdom and cordial bonding between you and him or her. That is very important during this particular time. On the other hand, Jupiter will be impacting your fourth house also, because it will be giving its result from its previous house, that is the fourth house. And definitely the retrograde aspects will also come into the action. So Jupiter's impact on the fourth house will be good. At the personal level, you will find some mental peace. At the personal level, you will find that yes, at the domestic matters, things are good. So any household conflict or dispute will be resolved. Or at your home only, suppose if you are thinking to start any new kind of work or any new kind of renovation or something like that, this will give you very good results. Or suppose if you are associated with any kind of work which has to be accomplished from your home, or suppose anyone who is doing work from home, or any kind of work where you need to sit at one place and do the work, in that case this transit of Jupiter in the retrograde motion is going to give you very good results, because you will be able to enjoy the luxury and comforts while doing the work. I can also see some change of residence or relocation. Now that will depend upon the dasa also, but I can see some change in residence or relocation with regards to work also, or with regards to your own love for your isolation and solitude. It may happen that you may all of a sudden feel that okay, let me take a break. let me go to that place and stay there for some time, and enjoy the solitude or enjoy the isolation. So this is a very good time for spiritual activities. Take out some time for yourself and do the spiritual activities. Now, since I said take out some time for yourself, now this can be an issue which your partner might feel. Your partner might feel that all of a sudden something has changed, because he or she is not giving enough time to me or enough attention to me. So you have to balance those things, because in next few months there will be some changes when Jupiter turns direct. So I want you have to make a proper balance between your personal life and how you deal with your partner, or how you deal with your other people in your life, in your specifically in your day-to-day life. Okay, so those are the things you need to be very careful about. So that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograde in the fourth house. Now, fourth house is home, fourth house is our mental peace, the domestic matters, mother. So, at your home or at the domestic place, something or any matter all of a sudden may show up in your life where previously the attention was not given or the focus was not given, but now those things are coming in front of you and you need to take proper attention to it. You have to take proper command or control over it, so that it should be properly maintained. Now that can be related to any kind of conflict, that can be related to any kind of dispute between the family members, and you need to take care regarding the health of your mother also, or at the household matter only. Like suppose something needs construction or something needs renovation or something needs to take care about, but you were thinking that okay, later on I will take care about it, but now the thing has elevated, escalated, so now you have to be more cautious regarding that. Now Jupiter's aspect will be on the 10th house also. So in that regard I will say that all of a sudden you will see that you have to come out of your comfort zone and you have to put some extra effort at your work. It might happen that in your workspace only you are getting some kind of work where you need to move a lot, where you need to come out of your chamber and you have to look into many matters at the same time. So it is a time to put the efforts. So fourth house is basically luxury and comforts, and Jupiter is retrograding in the fourth house. So that means it will be giving its result from the third house, and third house is efforts. The third house is basically the challenges which we face in day-to-day life. You have to put your efforts. It is not like that everything will happen all of a sudden. We put the efforts and we get the good results out of it. That is the reason it is the house of bravery. It is the house of courage. So here you have to put your intellect, you have to put your innovative mind and do the work. So in that regard I will also say that this is also a time where you might be able to change the job position, you might be able to take up some transfer, or even if you want to change the job, in that regard also you might get some good opportunity, specifically with regards to relocation, with regards to change of residence, or moving to some far away place also, in that regard. But not too much far away, because here Jupiter is your second lord and 11th lord. So even if you are changing the residence, or even if you are changing the job or taking some transfer, so it would be a very short travel, it is not going to be very long travel. Okay, it will improve your communication skill. So this might happen that you might get a job role where you need to deal with many people, or where you need to speak with many people. Now since third house is coming into the action, I can also see that you might get some good job position where you are an executive, or you are leading a group of people, and those people are following you, those people are giving respect to your opinion. So this is actually, in a good sense, I'm talking about some positive changes, that yes, efforts are there, but you are getting good name and fame for it. And since from the third house the retrograde aspect will be falling onto your 11th house also, so it also means that your social networking skill will increase. You will get benefits from your friends, you will get benefits from your fellow team members. The bonding between your younger sibling and your elder sibling or cousins will improve. So overall I will say that this is a very good time. And since Jupiter will be impacting your 7th house also by the retrograde aspect from the third house, it also means that initially there can be some understanding issues between you and your partner, but slowly and gradually those disputes or conflicts will be resolved, and ultimately it will lead to some good results, or you can say that the bonding between you and your partner will improve with time. And I can also see that improvised financial stability or income gains. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Pisces ascendant people, Jupiter is the Lagna Lord itself, and Jupiter is retrograding in the third house. So this is a time when, like, suppose if you are um, posted in some faraway place from your home at your work, or you are doing some kind of work where you are too much busy with your work. So this is the time you might get some comfort, or you might get some time to come back to your family, come back to your native place, get some time for yourself. So this will actually enhance your personal life, specifically your health. Your food eating habits will improve. Your rest to your body will improve. Your health will improve. There can be some short travels, and you can actually move and come back to your near and dear ones. This period of retrogression of Jupiter will enhance your financial stability. The bonding between you and your family members will improve. If suppose there are any kind of conflicts or any kind of disputes, all those things will be resolved. Financial decision making will be much better than before. It might also happen that you might refrain yourself, or you might just stop yourself for some time to get into too much social networking, or too much into friend circle. You might just take out some time for yourself, that okay, I will not involve myself too much into the social networking and everything. So you will be doing everything. Even if you mix with people, it will be only between you and your near and dear ones. So it is a time of like taking care of your health, or detoxifying yourself from the people whom you feel that these people is not good for me, or this people's ideology is not good for me. So you will try to refrain yourself from those thought process or those people. But again, at the same time, since it is retrograding in the third house, any kind of work which you have started, or any kind of project which you have started, there might get some kind of delays, or even it might get postponed for some time. Because definitely if you are shifting your thoughts, or you are shifting your attention to something else, like suppose your own self, your family and everything, then definitely the work will get postponed, or it might get delayed. So this is a time when you should not uh, give your responsibility to someone else, because it may happen that if you give your responsibility to someone else to do it, later on you might feel that you should have rather delayed it than to give it to someone else. because it might happen that, as there is a saying, that out of sight out of mind. So it's better to keep it for yourself, that later on when you start it, you start it yourself. Another thing is, since Jupiter will be impacting your seventh house, now here I can see something is that all of a sudden there will be change of focus from your partnership or relationship. So this is a time when your partner might feel that you are not giving enough time for them, or you are not looking into the important matters, or you are not prioritizing them. This kind of situation might occur. So you have to bring a balance in that regard, because it is not only about you, it is about the people who are connected with you, the near and dear ones. And since seventh house is partnership, so the people who are directly dependent on you or connected with you, or they really trust you, for them your time and attention is very important. So in that regard you have to bring up some balance, or else it can create some conflicts or disputes, specifically for those people where I can see that suppose some kind of conflict is already going on, and now Jupiter is retrograding in the third house. So it means that it can lead to some mental separation. It can happen that the people are not talking with each other, or the people are just staying away from each other. This kind of situation can happen. So I would like to say that proper conversation should be there. Use your wisdom, use your intellect, and balance the situation. Because the moment Jupiter turns direct, you will feel that you should have given enough time, or you should have prioritized those things. Okay. Jupiter's Jupiter will be impacting your 10th house also by the retrograde aspect from second house. Okay, because second house is getting activated. So from second house, Jupiter will be aspecting your 10th house of profession, career. So I can also see some good results related to your work. This is also a good time when you can actually connect with your superiors and authorities regarding any kind of issue at your work, or suppose you want some changes at your work in your project. So you will get some good results in that regard, that your superiors and authorities will be listening to you, or they even support you or help you with your work. So I can see that if you are focusing on the priorities, on the essentialities of your work, this can actually give you very good results. So financially and work wise, I can see some good results. But on certain matters you might also refrain yourself and pull out yourself from some responsibilities, and just focus on yourself. So in that regard you have to bring the balance, that focus on your priorities, because at times you might get yourself into too much comfort zone, that okay, I'm very happy with my near and dear ones and everything is so happy. So in those regard you have to be very careful. Okay. um, so at sometimes you will see some challenges are there, but on certain things some good results are also there. Just put out a balance and you will see everything is very good. So that's it for the Pisces ascendant people. So that's it from my side. And if you have liked this video, press the like button, tap onto the share button, so that it can be shared to your near and dear ones who will be getting benefited from this video, from this retrograde motion of Jupiter content. And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a content like this you get to know instantly. And if you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. So that's it from now, from my side, and next time when I come back I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So I'm signing off for today, thanking you, bye bye.